Welcome to Reinvention Africa. I'm Quincy, and today we're joined by Wayne, who is the founding CEO of OUTA. Wayne, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. I'm going to jump straight into question one and ask you, what have you reinvented or pivoted during COVID-19?
Well, I think we've embraced and taken on the fact that we can do so much more in the digital space. We don't need to drive to offices to do our work. I think we've learned a lot, so is the rest of the world. And what we're doing is capitalizing on that as much as we can. And we're reinventing the way we do civil activism. So one of those things is to introduce disruptive platforms that empower citizens, that empower organized communities to start holding their local councillors and municipal managers and municipalities to account. As we know, our municipalities are crumbling. There is maladministration and corruption. It is rife. And we're sitting here as citizens feeling hopeless, feeling helpless, feeling frustrated and becoming depressed about the dire situation. Well, that's the worst thing we can do. Our view is to empower citizens, to get them to realize that there's a lot that they can do, and collectively we can start holding people to account. We can start taking back the ownership of our towns and cities, as we're seeing unfolding in many towns, where citizens are getting involved in becoming part of the solution, as opposed to sitting back and saying there's nothing we can do. There's actually a lot we can do, and our organization is going to be doing a lot of that empowerment and enablement throughout all communities, and we're really excited about what's going to unfold this year.
I actually find that so exciting because we have been sitting in a really long lockdown and feeling very isolated, not just from one another, but also from control. We've seen a lot of disruptions, like you mentioned, especially in the South African environment lately. And I think it's critical and it's crucial, the kind of work that you guys are doing, to not only give hope back to the people and in our communities, but to also show them that this is how you can actively participate and take back whatever it is that you guys need to take back in your local communities. So thank you for that. My last question then to you is, what are you most hopeful for, Wayne, for the rest of the year or going forward?
Well, I'm very hopeful with the fact that I think we can get ourselves out of the hole that we're in as a country. Pre-COVID, we were in a hole. COVID has come along and made that hole deeper. But that doesn't mean to say that we must give up, because when you give up is when you need to switch the lights off. That's the worst thing you can do. I always like this quote by Edmund Burke that says the biggest mistake is by the person who does nothing because he or she can only do a little. We can, lots of littles collectively mount up to big change. And I'm hopeful that with the local elections that are coming up towards the end of the year, we can start empowering civil society and independent candidates to step up to the platform, to become councillors, to become winners of their wards and start taking over the control of municipalities. Because if we leave it up to the politicians, well, they've shown us how they've been able to wreck our municipalities, waste our money, the sewage is flowing through our townships, the water collapse, the systems are collapsing, the potholes are getting worse, and the municipalities are just really allowing the shambles to get worse and worse. We need to become part of the solution, and I think we're going to see a lot of that this year.